almost 80%.
For some reason when it's that loud, since we've changed the balance last night, maybe it's that in the background, it's really changing the sound pretty good now.
Yeah.
So when it's like at that 70%, it's really changing the sound.
So the tone of the sound might also be two things. One is different guitar. Two is that he's being picked up by that. And three is that he's being picked up by that.
I think it could be, no, but my piano sounds weird coming through.
Yes.
We got that.
I think it's because you're hearing the sound and then it's moving through again. And even though it's not giving a screech for the feedback, you're actually getting feedback.
So it sounds like a honky tonk piano.
Yeah.
And he doesn't sound quite as clear as when you get 50%.
Yeah.
Just letting you know.
I don't know that I can do anything about it.
No, I'm just giving you the feedback. Yeah. But at least it's manageable.
I'm down for whatever you think works well. You can just strum on the D and G and
I think it also move us through the body chords a bit.
okay. Yeah.
What's the chords? That for 5 minutes.
Okay. I can, yeah. We can just go through the chords. You can even improvise and I'll just noodle on top. I don't care. Yeah.
It's not perfect. Last week was really, for me, very good to hear since we started practicing. As soon as it goes above that 50%, it's really.
Yeah.
It's not you destroying, it's not me destroying. There's something.
Yeah.
Information on YouTube, how are you?
News. You moved in, right? Do you know what it is? Last week, those were not. Those were not last week. Yeah. Last week. And no one was in the idea. They put it back in the same.
I was thinking that's got a sense of feel in the air.
Today when he stopped, I could get his background talking as he was all live. Yeah, there's something. Listen. What I hear, I'm hearing the ballad. I can be like.
Lechadodi, which begin on page 138. I want to introduce this prayer, this hope, with words of welcome. I think this is what the Kabbalists meant as they penned the words of this prayer. We phrase it differently. When we say, in fact when we ask, that the doors of the synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the doors of the synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness and harshness. May this synagogue be for all who enter the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. And may we find our way through that door on this Shabbat, which we welcome with Lechadodi. Adoni, Nikerat Kabbalat, Shabbat, Kabbalat, Lechadodi, Nikerat Kabbalat, Kabbalat, We've welcomed Shabbat in song. We've used the melody and the rhythm of our tradition to let go of the week that was and ready ourselves to welcome the Shabbat that is. I hope that the energy of our prayer and song really did bring the Shabbat right in, and now we're going to continue those rituals and rites of welcome with the kindling of these Shabbat lights. Michelle is going to be watching because she feels she's going to be doing enough tomorrow when she becomes bat mitzvah. So the candles are going to be lit this evening, physically lit, really, by her little brother Jojo, and her mother and Jojo are going to share the readings. We're going to do the reading first. Let your mum go first.
As these candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
That's your gift.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם המבט שלנו במוצא טוב של Shabbat.
Amen. And having been welcomed into Shabbat so articulately and so beautifully, let's take a moment just to welcome each other. Those to our left and right that you might not recognize, please take a moment to introduce yourselves as we wish you all a Shabbat Shalom. May it be a gorgeous Shabbat. You're a rock star. Thanks a good. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone to soup? Anyone for your dad to soup? Anyone for you?
ליום השבת
top of page 142, our song about angels. For the Chatzi Kaddish on page 144. Continue with the evening prayer, the Ma'ariv Aravim on page 148. Please join me in the Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, b'chokhmah poteach sha'arim, u'bitfonah meshane itim, u'machalif et hazmanim, u'mesader et hakochavim, bishmoratehem barikia kibtzulo, borei yom v'layla, גולה אור מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור ומבדיל יום ובין לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ערבים.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם בבניך ודיברת בהם בששך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות ידיך והיו לתותפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ומשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם, ועשו להם ציצית על כנפי בניהם לדורתם, ונטלו אז ציצית הכנף ותלתכת, והיה לכם לציצית וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot. That wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt. That there's a better place, a promised land. And that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. And there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together, and if we're lucky enough, joining in song.
אדוני יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. השכיבנו אדוני לשלום, לשלום. Eternal One, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורץ סוכת שלום עלינו, ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל ירושלים. Blessed are you, Eternal One, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem.
On page 162, we continue with the song for Shabbat and the words of Vashamru. With a reminder that our tradition challenges us to pray as if everything depends on God, but to act as everything depends on our own actions.
Adonai sepatai tivta ufi agid tehiratecha Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim Lekonei Hakol וזוכר חסי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך חוזר ומשיח ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיה לעתים מטרה וראשייה משקיף הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מצליח השמש ומוריד העטר, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיים לעתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך אבל גבורות ומתעוררת, מלך וניתון חייב ומצליח ישועה ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים ברוך אתה אדוני לחיי המתים אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Adonai Tzuri v'goali, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, O God, my rock and my redeemer.
My friends, a question. Perhaps an open-ended question, perhaps too big a question, but nevertheless the question I'm going to start with. What is special or unique about this Shabbat? You may have noticed it on your way to shul. One of you is going to be brave enough. It's getting warmer. For some, it's getting warmer. But the ski season just got extended, so don't be too helpful. Hear me? There is indeed a full moon out. And a lot of people asked me about today being Friday the 13th and whether that was something I should be focusing on or they should be focusing on, whether it's something they should be celebrating or whether it should be something we are ignoring. And I said, to be honest, it's not the date that interests or excites me so much today, but rather the night sky. Because it is indeed a full moon. For those of you who are concerned about the correlation between Friday the 13th and the full moon, I'll let you figure that out through your own personal Netflix accounts later, or perhaps after Shabbos. But that's not where my interest lies.
Thank goodness none of us are superstitious. Poo, Chamsakana.
My next question then is, why am I so interested? Why am I so excited by this bright evening sky? What does it represent? Ooh, big hand. The wolf's howling. No, it's not the wolf's howling, but I'll give you a prize anyway. Shana Tova. Oh, now you're going to be enthusiastic to answer. Didn't know there were prizes involved. Brian.
It's midway through the month of Tishrei, so
Close, but 1 month off exactly. But the answer I was looking for, midway through the month of Elul.
well through the Elul, so we're midway through Tishrei.
We are almost there. And for some people, the idea that we are but 2 weeks away from the new year is terrifying and daunting. I know that's certainly the experience for our cousin and all members of our community choir as you continue your extraordinary effort to prepare for Ayamim Noraim services. But for me, it's uplifting, it's inspiring, it's exhilarating. For the last 14 days, as many of you know, I've been sounding my shofar, or I should say my shofarot, in any number of interesting places with pretty much anyone who would listen, and then posted it on Facebook for anyone who's brave enough to watch. And that's been a way of not only preparing for myself or allowing my family and friends to prepare for the new year, but it's been a way to remind us all that the new year doesn't just happen. We don't have a button that says, okay, restart. Restarting takes time and effort and thought and preparation. And our rabbis knew this when they said you have to start at least a month out. And when I see the full moon in the sky, I think about the work that's been done. I'm proud of that which I've been able to do, but I'm also reminded of how much more there still is to do, but in a way that I'm thankful for, because Rosh Hashanah is not tomorrow. It's not even Sunday night. It's still some weeks off, and there are the rituals of tradition that lie ahead of us. Slichot next Shabbat evening, where we prepare with study and with song and with prayer, and we change the mantles of our ark and of our Torah scrolls from their colors of the whole year to the whites of the new year. These are all the rituals that tradition has given us to get ready. But I also get to constantly teach, whether it be to our Milton class, whether it be to the people that read the messages we send out through our various communications here at the synagogue, or whether it be the groups that I have the opportunity to speak to. And one of the occasions this week which allowed me to speak to this process of renewal also helped me feel uplifted. I had the privilege of being invited to speak to the Parliamentary Friends of Israel at their annual Rosh Hashanah lunch at Parliament House. Apparently, the kosher catering was better than that in the strangers meeting room, or whatever they call that dining room downstairs, because the turnout from our elected representatives was quite extraordinary. And in all seriousness, they didn't come because they were interested in the food. They came because they wanted to show their interest and their concern for the issues that face our community, and there were a number of very articulate representatives of our community speaking to those issues, those opportunities, those concerns and those appreciations. And then they listened to me talk about the shofar and talk about the process that we as Jews go through each year annually, challenging ourselves to stop, to listen, and if we can find a way to change. We spoke about how easy that sounds, stop, listen, change, but how hard that actually is to do. And then for the next hour and a half, I found myself speaking to leaders of our community, one by one, who wanted to come and talk about that process, to understand what it means to me and what it means to us as a community, and listening to people from other traditions share their understandings of how one renews themselves for the new year, from their perspectives, from their traditions. And I realized how much we have in common. And I was even more uplifted, even more grateful to be able to go through this annual process of revision, review and renewal in this extraordinary lucky country of ours. Even amidst the challenges, even facing some of the very real realities that we face, I found so much to celebrate. So I stand here on this bimah today saying very clearly and very directly, Elul is the best month in the entire Jewish year. There are no holidays, there are no festivals, there are no catering requirements or obligations. It's not for making and doing for others, it's entirely for ourselves. For us to stop, to think, and to decide what, if anything, about our lives we want to change in the new year. It is, in my mind, the greatest gift given to us by our tradition. And I don't know if you've been listening to the shofar for the last 2 weeks. I don't know if you've been stopping to think about what the year has been, the last 11 months have been, or what you want the next 12 months to be. But as you walk out of shul, I want you to be reminded of this singular lesson. That is a full moon in the sky. And we have another 2 weeks to stop, to think, and if we decide how and what to change. And we should not see it as a burden. We should not see it as an obligation, but we should really try and find our way to see it as a joy, as a privilege, and an extraordinarily exciting opportunity. That is my hope, that is my wish, that is my prayer for all of you. But as I look around this room and I see the cantor standing, I'm going to let you know that I've got one more thing I want to do. Because I see that there are a number of young people who have convinced their parents to bring them to shul tonight. And I think that that is super exciting. And I want to congratulate these young people and let them know they did a very, very, very good job in convincing their parents to bring them to shul tonight. And there should be a reward for young people in convincing their parents to bring them to shul tonight. And that reward should be my favorite New Year's song. So I'm sorry if we take a brief indulgence to ask the question, who likes to hear the shofar blast? Sometimes slow, sometimes fast.
I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. A happy, happy, happy New Year. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. A happy, happy, happy New Year. כי הגדולה I like to hear the shofar
Year to all of our young friends, and a good and meaningful year to all of those that are celebrating with you. But know that takes 2 weeks more work, so roll up your sleeves. And back to our evening program.
And we turn to page 586 and we rise for Aleinu, page 586. Think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. This Shabbat, we think of those in the period of Shiva, of Stephanie Heller, Evelyn Lenton, Zenik Oberzhainik, Josephine Salmon, Renee Silver, and Helen Stanton. And in the period of Shloshim, Maya Andrea, Pamela Axe, Henry Singler, Rose Guthrie, Damien Grunis, Thomas Jelinek, Gladys Kahn, Sylvia Radolnik, Leon Siegel, and Susan Wilder. And the yahrzeits which fall on this Shabbat: Tony Agyen, Victor Agyen, Margaret Buckley, Stanley Forshaw, Jacqueline Goldsmith, Marion Goodman, Vera Hartman, Fritz Hurling, Karl Hirschen, Magda Jakubowicz, Barry Karp, Arthur Lerner, Anne Lee, Les Levy, David Lipschitz, Myra Lipschitz, Anne Marin, Rebecca Neve, Philip Opath, Benny Prisman, Rosa Reitberger, John Riordan, Ruben Rosenberg, Jessel Rothfield, Henka Salzman, Baruch Schustik, Asni Sessa, Susan Schaefer, Harvey Shaw, and Abraham Wexler. If there are names that I've mispronounced or any additional names you'd like to add, please call them out as I look around the room or hold them dear in your hearts. Zichronam livracha. May their memories truly be for a blessing as we turn to page 598. 598, and join together in the words of the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal levi yitkadash shemei rabba, ve'al ma divrach chilutei ve'amlich malchutei, v'chay echol v'yom echol v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv ve'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabba mevorach le'olam ulad be'al maya. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה ובריחו לעילה מנכ"ל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה לאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all of Israel, and to all of humanity. And we say, Amen. Please be seated as our Vice President shares a few announcements from the Board of Governors.
Welcome everyone. On behalf of our President, Rebecca Silk, and our Board of Management, we welcome all of you today. It's lovely to see everyone here in Shul, whether you've come as you do lots of Fridays, or whether you're here in memory or in celebration, or whether you're joining us through the live web. We welcome you very much. Have we got anyone who's here for the very first time? Yes, someone did this at the back, just really shy. Please come up and say hi to us afterwards and introduce yourself to people. We're very excited about a Bat Mitzvah tomorrow, Michelle. Thank you for being with us here tonight. It's a very special evening and we wish you all the very best for the weekend, to you and all your family. Just a few announcements. We have a Safe Parties session being held at the King David School, which is at 7 p.m. on the 16th of September. Former leading Senior Constable Vanessa Bate from Victoria Police will guide parents through issues arising with teens and parties, including drugs and alcohol, and the responsibilities of parents and how to discuss those things with your kids, teenagers in particular, of course. So if you can go along to that, that's happening. There's a garden bee on Sunday the 17th at 10 a.m. and Rob Sward usually leads these for us, and he was telling me about during the week. We need lots of gardeners to come along and help. It's in preparation for High Holy Days, and we need you at 9:30. So please do have a think about coming to join us and to help prepare the beautiful grounds for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur and Sukkot and etc. And we will provide you with some morning tea. I heard scones one year were really good. On Wednesday morning at 10:30 we have Rabbi Levi, as we do every alternative Wednesday morning, with Jews in the News. And so that's a really lovely thing to come and to listen to. First and third Wednesday of the month. Rabbi Gersh already talked about Slichot. Just to let you know, that starts at 9 p.m. on the 21st of September. And again, supper is provided at 10:30, and then the Slichot service will start at 11 p.m. Next Door has a very special outing coming up. So Next Door is our group for people who are aged in their 20s and 30s, early 40s. This year for Rosh Hashanah, Next Door is taking a group down to the Mornington Peninsula to sample the honey and have some lovely time with fresh fruit and great company. And I've actually done that down on the Mornington Peninsula, been to the honey farm and things like that, and it's a lovely outing. So if only I was that age, I could perhaps go again. Just with that one in particular, it's really important that you do RSVP for that this time, because they need to know exactly who's coming. If you haven't picked up your new Machzorim yet, they are available. Mishkan Shuvah is waiting for you in the office. You need to come during office hours to collect them. If you haven't pre-ordered, you can come in and purchase some when you come in. And we will be using the Mishkan Tefillah for the first time this High Holiday, so it is a new book. And please remember also that if you're coming for Slichot, that you need to bring your High Holiday ticket with you as well. If you don't have your tickets in the mail yet, then you need to make sure that your payment's been done, and otherwise give the office a call. And that's it. I want to thank our board members for coming along. We've got Robert, we've got Charles and Jodie, and I think that's everyone. I didn't see any other board members slip in. Who have I missed? Nicola's here. Nicola is here. I did notice you slip in. I apologise, that was really rude. And you. And me. Welcome to me too. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to the music team for a beautiful liturgy today. Please do thank our CSG and SPT volunteers on your way out. take your books to you, with you to pop on the trolleys as we're leaving. And I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom and all the very best over the weekend and all the bat mitzvah.
Thank you, Judy. We do conclude with the words of Oseh Shalom Bimromav. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all humanity.
Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru,
As you come to the back of the hall, the red is wine, the white is grape juice. In the middle we have the nectar of Johnny Walker, and we begin with the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Ohei peri hagafel.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher gishanou b'mitzvotav v'hatzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho me'ahava ufratzon hinpiranu, zikaron v'maaseh bereishit, tzivui yom tehila v'mikra kodesh, zecher yetziat Mitzrayim, tzivanu v'chazta, ve'otanu kidashta, b'kol ha'amim, Shabbat kodecha ve'ahava ufratzon yifratanu, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh
Hashamayim. L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom and b'di'avon. Shabbat shalom. Shalom.
Yeah, just one second. The chalot was spread, please take. There's one on each table. Wait, just one minute, sorry. No, sorry. More.
You're more than welcome. Slip off how to take the service. That was just Judy's nice way of telling people you're more than welcome. I appreciate that and I understand it's extraordinary. I will certainly ask that question. All good. Much love. That was fun, wasn't it? You came into a room, there were a bunch of meetings, you chose the one you wanted to come more than mine.
Well, no, but that's where